Hello, everybody, and thank you so much for joining us today. My name is Jonah from Spotlight, and I'm super excited for this event today. Please hop in the comments. Let me know you're here. Let me know what you're up to today, where you're tuning in from, something you're excited to learn. I want to hear all about you, and also let me know where in your process you are. If you're just starting out, interested in building an online business, or if you already have started building some online products, what you're getting at, why you're here today. I want to learn a little about you so that we can make sure this event is as valuable as it can be. And also, if you have any questions throughout the event, whether you're watching live or if you're watching the replay, pop in the comments. Let me know what those questions are. I will do my best to answer them as we go. If I don't answer right away, I promise I am not ignoring you. I've set aside time at the end of the event where I can address all of those questions, and I do want to make sure that I answer them. And I just want to call out Scott. Thanks for being here today, and from the U.S. but living in Switzerland. Scott, I love that. I My mom is actually Swiss, so I have Swiss family and have spent a fair amount of time there. It is so beautiful and delightful, and I'm glad you're able to tune in today. And no, this is not the NV7 mic. I have that one as well that I use when I'm working remotely. But when I'm home, I have the Shure SM7B. I always get questions about it. It's become one of the most notorious mics out there. Thank you, TikTok. But, anyways, let's start diving in today. I did want to mention a couple of things before we do. If we're moving fast today, or if you want to review any of this information or need to get up away from the computer or anything, don't fret. All of this will be available as a replay. It'll be on the Spotlight YouTube channel. It will also be on the Spotlight event page and emailed to you, along with some other goodies that I'll talk about in a little bit. But today, sorry, I gotta keep talking to Scott here because this is such a blast. Nein, mein Deutsch ist nicht gut, ja? Ich spreche ein bisschen Deutsch, ja? So, no, my German is terrible, but I do speak a little bit just to get by. Today, we are gonna talk about building an online business and how you can start, how you can get everything up and running. And I really want to talk about a method that isn't snake oil. There's so many people out there trying to sell you all of these ways to start a business that, although they may be viable, are really difficult to fit into your existing schedule and have varying levels of getting started and into it. But let's dive in and let's start talking about how you can start building your online business today. So, like I said, if you've ever been anywhere on the internet, you've probably seen someone or an ad or some form of advertising saying you can make a bajillion dollars doing blank online. Maybe they're saying drop shipping. Maybe they're saying selling products on Amazon. They could be saying flipping NFTs nowadays, day trading, selling PDFs, creating content. And although all of these are viable ways to build a business online, one of my favorite things about this day and age is there is a better way, in my opinion, to build a business online. And you can do that a different way. Because what you've probably also noticed is all of the people promoting these things will end with, and I can teach you how to do it. Let me teach you how. Let me teach you how. And this is what they fail to mention. Where most of these people are actually making the majority of their money is teaching you how to do all of these things. And the beauty of this day and age and the internet and people's desire to learn is that you can make money selling knowledge, not products, not systems, nothing other than knowledge. There are things if you've been on this earth for any amount of time that other people don't know, and they will pay you to get that information in a way that works for them and in a way that makes sense. And what's so beautiful about this is you're not just selling what you know, but you're selling what you know to like minded people, to people that like you and like your brand. So it doesn't have to be unheard of knowledge. It doesn't have to be brand new knowledge. You don't have to be reinventing the wheel. You just have to sell the things that you know how to do, explain them to other people, help them solve their problems, and they're going to want to learn from you because you are you. And that, I think, is one of the coolest aspects of the internet marketplace as it stands today. So, once you realize this and you want to start going out, there are some truths, there are some roadblocks. When you start on this venture to take the knowledge that you have and package it in a way that allows you to build a business and grow, you likely, if you just sit down and you're trying to do it in a vacuum, you're going to lack clarity. You're going to set out to teach everything you can about everything in your industry. This is something we see a lot at Spotlight with beginning creators is they just try and bite off too much at once. They go out there, they do a little research. You see creators offering these huge courses with all this value, 200 hours of video, all of this and this and this. And you think, I can do that. I'm going to do it right away. The reality is, most of the creators who have been doing this have been working for years to build a full course, and there's likely a whole team behind it. So there is a better way to do it, but you want to start by clarifying exactly what it is you're going to offer. Likely, you also don't have a lot of time between the day job and the side hustle. There's no time to build a curriculum or to build products. That's okay, though. It doesn't have to take a lot of time if you can build a business where you're making money as you develop those products. And that's the system I'm going to give you today, and we'll talk about in a minute. Likely, you also have no budget. That's another problem I want to solve for you. It is very difficult to build large, comprehensive products when you don't have a budget because, like the fourth problem you might have, you don't have the money to hire help. So you're doing this all yourself. Maybe you want to be doing it all yourself. You like the learning, you like understanding all of these processes. And I'm all about that. I love learning all the aspects of my business and how to do them all myself. But the key to being successful and making money as you go and as you develop these products is making sure to bite off bite-sized pieces that you can actually build into products and grow. So, I want to give you today a comprehensive game plan to take the knowledge you have about whatever topic it is. And I guarantee you, if you're here today and you're interested and you're watching, you have knowledge that can be packaged and sold, packaged and built, and you can create a business selling your knowledge to other people who are passionate about learning those things that you can teach them. So, today we're going to talk about this game plan, and you're going to need to tackle four main points. First, you're going to need to establish your home base. You need a place that you can send potential customers and students where they can see your business beautifully represented. They can see the problems and products the problems you're trying to solve and the products you've created to solve those solutions, and a way for those customers to start engaging with you so that they can become long term customers. Then you're going to need to lock down your offer. You need to find and understand your customers' problems. That's so important. So many creators start off by focusing on themselves. Someone might have a good idea like, oh, I wish I had a blender that was also a 3D printer, and they go out and make it rather than going out and searching for, are there people who have that problem that they need a blender and a 3D printer? I'm just making stuff up here, but I hope you get the point. After you source those problems, the next step is going to be prove a transformation. So you need to create solutions for those problems and prove that they work. But the beauty of this game plan is that all of these aspects are going to be built into a system that allows you to build as you grow. You can get paid while you develop your business and while you develop these products. Because if you have something to teach, the knowledge is there, the product is there. But as you build it into bigger products, as you package it into different forms, there is a way you can do it so that you're getting paid for your hard work along the way and not just at the end when you've created the holy grail product you really want to create in the long run. So, hop in the comments. Let me know if you're with me. Also, if you're here today, let me know where you're at in this process. I really want to make sure that I can meet you midway and make sure that this is valuable for you today. So, let's break these down step by step. We're going to start with establishing your home base. And I'm going to go through this briefly because the wonderful thing and what I'm excited to promote today is your home base is going to be a valuable tool for you. And I want to outline quick what this means. Your online home base or your home base for your business is a place that showcases your business. You need to start off by showing off your purpose and the problems you can solve for your potential customers. You also need to showcase your brand. Like I said, people are going to be purchasing your knowledge, not just because of what you're offering, but because of who you are. That's what people are interested in nowadays. People want to just not just support any business, they want to support businesses that have people behind them and people who are interested in you. And so the last thing your internet home base is going to need is the ability to capture leads so that if people are interested in your business as a whole or interested in future products, there's a way for them to put in their email, say, yes, you can reach out to me in the future and you can build an email list. We've done events in the past about all aspects of marketing, and we'll do more in the future about marketing your course. But in the end, whatever you do on social media or anything needs to lead to email marketing. It's still the number one form of marketing. It's the number one way to build an audience. If you've watched any past events, you know I am a big proponent of building your email list first and foremost. It is the only platform that you can honestly own. No one can take it away from you. And when you use email properly, you show up in someone's inbox, which is unprecedented. There's no other way to have such direct contact with your customers or potential customers. The beauty about this and what I was saying I'm excited about is we built the perfect resource for you. If you're interested in establishing your internet home base, Spotlight has built a free, absolutely free mini course. It's a 5-day challenge. If you have 10 to 15 minutes a day over the next 5 days, you can get started right now. You have access to this course as long as you want, so you don't have to do it in 5 days. But we walk you through building a beautiful homepage that showcases your business and your brand, that can feature your products, both present and future, and has a lead capture form where you can start growing your audience. I'm going to show off my homepage later after I get through the rest of this presentation, but the link to the mini course is in the description. It's a fantastic way to start. And by the end of this course, you'll have accomplished step one, which is building a home base that showcases your business, showcases your brand, and has the opportunity for potential customers to say, yes, I'm interested, reach out to me in the future. This is the number one step. If you're trying to build a business without a home base, without a place that you can send customers to voluntarily get involved with your brand and interact with your business, you're going to have such a hard time. But building that internet home base is going to allow you a one-stop place for your customers to engage with you and find all of those products. Once again, that link to the mini course is in the description, and it walks you through all the steps of doing that. So I know that was brief, but we've done past events about all of the building of the homepage and stuff. And today I want to focus on the bigger picture, but I want you to know that step-by-step resource is there for you. It's in the description of the YouTube video. If you're watching on the Spotlight website, it's going to be down in the right corner. It's completely free, and it's available for you today to set up your internet home base. Okay. So that's a very basic thing. You just need one place that showcases your brand and your business, a website which you can build with Teachable that allows customers to learn who you are, what problems you're trying to solve, and they can voluntarily say, yes, I want to be engaged with your business and your products. The next thing you need to do is lock down your offer. And this really means understanding your customers' problems. Again, we don't want to focus on ourselves when we're building a knowledge based business. We want to focus on our customers' problems. We're going to find those problems and then we're going to match them to our expertise. So, how do we learn what those problems are? There's a few ways we can do this. First and foremost, starting super small, I want you to reflect. And if you've attended past events, this is something I've hammered down quite a few times because finding the problems are so important. But start by reflecting. What are problems people have asked you to help them solve in the past? And this is such a valuable opportunity because it is really common for beginning creators to just assume that their existing industry or their existing job is what they should build a business in, but that's not always the case. When I've really reflected, I have built my business around audio engineering, music production, and podcast production, video production, things in the content and media sphere because I came from the music touring industry. These were things I knew intimately. But when I've really reflected, I've also learned that people are often coming to me asking about how to cook. I used to work in restaurants and stuff. And so this is beautiful because my friends, my family, my community actually sees me as an authority in the cuisine world. This is something I'm cataloging and is a endeavor I want to tackle in the future, but it's so valuable to take that moment to reflect and say what are questions people have asked me because that's already an indication of what your community sees you as an authority in. And it may lead to opportunities you didn't think existed. So, really take that opportunity to reflect on what are things people have already asked for your help from. The next thing you can do is reach out, ask your audience, your friends, your family, coworkers, what problems they face within the industry, within the area that you want to tackle. This is starting to grow the net a little wider. Take one step outside of that. You need to start searching the spaces your ideal audience occupies. So this can be Facebook groups, hashtags, Reddit threads, Twitter feeds. Go to the spaces where your ideal audience hangs out, the people who are passionate about the problems that you want to solve, and see what problems people have there. The internet is fantastic as a resource for sourcing problems. People love going on the internet and telling other people what problems they have. So make sure to use that resource in finding those problems. And next, keep it simple. When you're starting to package these problems and when you're starting to look at problems you can solve, don't get carried away with the big picture problems. So, if you want to teach people how to start a business, don't be looking for the overarching problem of starting a business. That's a huge thing. That could be a big course, that could be a big lecture, that could be a whole product in itself. But when you're starting out, look for the little problems. What are the little problems within building a business that people struggle with? This could be starting an LLC. This could be choosing your business name. This could be building a website. Look at those little problems and latch on to those because those are going to be actually palpable things that you can tackle and find solutions for quickly and easily. And as you solve each one of those little problems, you're also going to be solving the bigger problems. So that's what we're talking about today, right? Not putting your eyes on the giant prize, but looking at the way where you can tackle little problems one by one by one. And by the end of it, you've solved the big problem in the big picture and you have that dream product that you've wanted to develop. So, we've established your home base. We've talked about locking down your offer. The next thing is to prove a transformation. And really, what this just means is creating those solutions. So once you've found the problem, it's time to create solutions. How do you do this? There's a ton of different ways you can package your solutions. You can put them in PDFs. So if you let's keep with this vein of helping people start a business. So if you've decided that the first problem you want to tackle is helping people start an LLC, You can create a simple PDF. You can do this in Canva, in Word, in Google Docs, just a simple PDF that walks them through step by step how to start an LLC. So by before you get this PDF, you won't know how to do it. By reading this PDF, you'll now understand how to start an LLC. You can do this with newsletters. So you can say, by signing up for my email list, I'm going to give you regular tips and tricks once a week, once a month on how to solve blank problem. That's a great way to create solutions. There's a lot of great newsletters out there that I follow that are regularly just solving a problem one by one for me. You can do this with live events. So you can host Zoom sessions or Google Hangouts, however you want to structure it, where you teach your audience how to solve that problem. So you could say, are you interested in starting an LLC? Well, Thursday at 4 p.m., here's the join URL. I'm going to be walking you through how to start an LLC and available to answer all of your questions, kind of like we're doing today, right? This is a great way to solve problems, especially in the modern world where people are very comfortable with getting online for these learning experiences. You can also do this with one-on-one coaching and one-on-one or group coaching, but more in depth rather than just presenting. You're actually working one-on-one to make sure that all of these people get the transformation that you're promising. So this is another great way to build as you grow because it allows you fantastic feedback within that process so that as you're teaching these solutions, you're actually building concrete, really waterproof solutions by getting feedback from your students. And I can tell you, as an educator and a teacher myself, every new student I try and teach something provides me with a new way to teach it. And that's a lot of what you're going to find is your value in the long run as a business. If you can find ways to teach a concept that or a solution that tackles a bunch of different learning styles and opportunities, you're going to create really valuable products that are going to stand alone as valuable on their own without you having to do too much work to promote them. And the last way to do this, and my favorite, is with mini courses. And although you can do this with bigger courses, you can create solutions with giant courses, I want you to focus again on those small problems that don't take you too long to teach someone how to solve. So mini courses are a great way to start, just like the one we built and I was talking about, the Establish Your Internet Home Base on Teachable. It's supposed to take you 5 days. It's an accomplishable goal. We have a bunch of students who have already gone through the course in 5 days and accomplished the goal. So it's a great way to both provide value to your audience, get your products out there, start building loyalty and rapport with your audience, and also just tackle solutions that you can output quickly. The biggest mistake I see creators make when they're starting out is starting too big. And then they get hung up on all the problems all along the way. When the reality is, once again, if you tackle the little problems one by one, you will in that process be building a bigger product as you go. So, as you're doing this, as you're creating these solutions, I want you to focus on a couple key mindset aspects. First, I want you to start with the basics. This is honing in continually on the small problems. But what are the prerequisites for embarking on the transformation journey that you're promising? So often when specialists go, or when you know a lot about a topic and you go to build a course or a coaching product or even just a PDF, you get really excited about all the details because if you've been in an industry for a long time, that's what you're nerdy about, that's what you're excited about. And it's easy to assume that people may already know the basic stuff that you think is basic, but in most cases they don't. And in most cases too, that's what's going to provide the most value. The course I'm building right now that's in beta testing, I kind of skimmed over the basics. I put those lessons in there, but I assumed that wasn't going to be the big value because I thought, oh, it's all of the crazy tips and tricks and neat stuff that you can do later on that's going to be really valuable. And immediately, the minute the beta students got in that course, they were repeatedly saying, these basic things are blowing my mind. So I can't accentuate that enough. Don't underestimate the value of the basics. Even if other people are teaching it, even if other people are out there, once again, students are going to want to learn from you because of how you teach, because of who you are. Next, you want to build from there. So make each solution tangible as a step in the right direction. So, again, with this, breaking problems into little pieces. So, if your first PDF or course or events or any of that are about starting an LLC, what's the next logical step from there? That's the next solution you should solve. So, you are building, once again, the big product, but just tackling step by step by step by step. This will allow you to actually get things done. The next thing you want to keep in mind is always to foster engagement. Don't just share this knowledge, engage, inquire, let your audience educate each other. So make sure to provide opportunity both in your language, in the style of courses you make, in the style of PDFs you make, in your coaching products. Make sure you provide the opportunity to learn from your students and let them teach each other as well. So, say you're just making a PDF to solve a solution, make sure to include a link in that PDF for someone to go and let you know if it helped them, or to hashtag that they can comment their success on or post their success on. You always want to be creating opportunities and asking people to engage and share and teach each other. This is going to make your job so much easier because you're allowing people to teach each other under the umbrella of your space. So you're creating a space for people to teach each other and grow. And it's also going to help you refine your products. I doubt if there is a single creator out there, and I haven't talked to one, who nailed any solution on their first try. You're going to be continually improving and upgrading your products and solutions as you go. And customer feedback is the number one way to do that. And last but not least, as a mindset, make it fun. You don't have to be a comedian. You don't have to be catty. You don't have to fabricate a voice that isn't yours, but everything should be fun. At the end of the day, I've never heard any student or any customer I've worked with say, hey, can we make this less fun? Right? People want to have a good time. And if they can have a good time while they're learning, you've really created products and solutions that are going to resonate with a large audience. Once again, throughout this entire process, I want you to focus on transformation. That is the number one tool I can give you. We've done events in the past. We did an event called The Secret Tip All Creators Use, All Successful Creators Use. That's on our YouTube. It's on the Spotlight website. And I go into depth about transformational copy, transformational language, how to wrap your head around this. But remember that people aren't trying to buy benefits, they want to buy transformation. So if we use this same example, if you're talking about helping people start an LLC, you don't want to be saying, here's a PDF that'll walk you through this step, this step, this step, this step, this step. You can simply tell people that before you get this PDF, you don't know how to start an LLC. After reading this PDF, you're going to be an expert in starting LLCs, right? So we're focused on who is that person going to be after they encounter your product. Transformation is going to be key to you creating products that truly resonate and are easy to sell. The last step in this game plan is to build as you grow. And I've been alluding to this the entire time, but you can actually get paid while you develop your business and your products. There's no reason that you have to sit in a vacuum until you have all your stuff figured out before you actually get paid, nor should you, because people paying you creates incentive both for them and accountability for you. So being having your business structured in a way where all of your solutions provide opportunities to get paid is going to be better for everyone. And of course, we do have to give out some products for free, especially if we're trying to grow our email list. But I still consider that a form of paid. If you're giving out anything for free, make sure that people have to put in their email and give you their email to get that product. I'm sure you've encountered this in the past. We've done events in the past, notably the power of building an email list was all about tactics for building an email list, but it's really about providing value in exchange for an email. In my opinion, that's getting paid because you are grabbing a personal contact for a potential customer customer down the road. That contact has value in itself. So, my big point here is just don't be giving stuff away without any form of at least capturing potential customers' emails. And I want to focus in on these three options that were part of my solution slide, but these are the opportunities you really have to promote paid value and to get paid along the way. PDFs, newsletters, things like that are a little harder to get people to pay for. But with live events, coaching, and mini courses, these are fantastic ways to start getting paid, even if it's small at first. So if you're hosting a live event, you can charge a small amount for people to attend the event. You also want to capture their email, but you can be even saying suggested donations or however it is, provide at least the opportunity for people to pay you for the value you're offering. If you're doing one on one or group coaching, you should absolutely get paid. That is a lot of time it takes you to develop both the curriculum for the coaching and to show up and do it. Again, even if you start small, just 5, $10 here and there, you want to establish with your audience that there is a value for value trade, that what I'm giving you is valuable. I've talked to hundreds of creators at Spotlight, and I've heard so many of them say the first time they tried to offer a solution or product, they did it for free. Nobody signed up. Then when they said, actually, it's going to be $100, they had 30, 40 people sign up. People aren't going to value your time if you don't. So when it comes to heavy lifts like these three options, it is super valuable to start charging right away. And it also allows you to start making money while you're developing the bigger projects down the road. The last option is mini courses. And although I recommend building a free mini course like we did at Spotlight, because it's a fantastic lead magnet, it's a fantastic way to build value and provide value, you can either charge for mini courses, charge a very small amount, or you can use mini courses as an opportunity to upsell your coaching or live events or other products. I'm going to show you in a minute how you can do that in Teachable. But mini courses are such a fantastic way to provide free value to customers and then incentivize paid value throughout the course. So, throughout this entire process as well, you need to be making sure to collect and adapt. Throughout all of this, this is another mindset aspect. You want to make sure that throughout the process, you are cultivating trust, create an atmosphere where your audience feels comfortable sharing. So, although you are the expert, you want to make sure to ask and engage your audience and let them share their ideas and feedback. And along with that, you want to build in feedback channels. So make sure to incorporate opportunities for your audience to give feedback. That can be a link on a PDF saying, email me if this helps. That can be in your live event saying, drop in the chat if you have any notes. That can be in a mini course. Make sure to have the comment section open and encourage people to leave comments throughout their trip through the course. And then you need to make sure to adapt. So if you're collecting all this feedback and creating an atmosphere where your customers and audience feels comfortable sharing, make sure to listen to that, because that is how you're going to develop, not only make better products, but also source new products. If all of your audience is asking for something or saying, hey, this product should have that, give them what they want. It's one of the number one tools through many businesses. If your customers are using your products in a way you didn't expect or asking for something that you're not offering, that's an easy way to figure out what you need to offer next. And the last kind of tool you have is to document everything. Record all of your coaching sessions. Ask for feedback in writing. Keep notes for everything you do. Be diligent, because those videos, those notes, the feedback, all of that has the potential to be a product down the road. If you're not capturing that, you're going to be starting from square one every time you're trying to build a new product. And that's where you hang yourself up and just won't have the time to do any of this. The last thing I want to say is I want you to think about this not as a step by step journey and then you're done, but this is a cycle. Every solution that you create can be reused in a different way and reformatted so that every product you build, every solution you should create can actually be three or four different solutions, three or four different options for customers to engage with. So if you create a PDF on how to start an LLC, well, you can take that PDF and use it as your outline for a live event. If you record that live event on video, like I'm saying you should, you can send that video to a video editor or edit the video yourself and turn it into a mini course. And if you've and if you take that mini course and it's valuable and it's working for people, you can take that mini course and spread it out over many months and turn it into your newsletter. This is just one example of how starting with one solution can turn into a cycle and an ecosystem of events. Uh, Oh, thank you. Thank you, Ami. I totally did mess that up. I was moving quick there. So thanks for checking my spelling. I appreciate it. And I fully admit I should have caught that, but thank you. But I really want to hone in on this aspect that you should not be creating one solution in one form or one document in one form, but all of your solutions can tie around and create multiple products, multiple opportunities, both for your students who might want multiple different ways to learn and for you as well, so you can have multiple channels for income solutions and ways to grow your audience. And like I said, at every turn of the road, there's opportunity to get paid along the way. You can start charging for PDFs. You should charge for live events. You can upsell PDFs within your mini course. And if down the road you build a long enough or a big enough audience, your newsletter can also be an opportunity to market paid products down the road. So all of these are possible ways both to grow your business, provide solutions, solve problems, and make money. Because at the end of the day, if you follow this framework and this game plan, you're going to end up with clear problems. You'll have honed in on a clear and reasonable problem your audience has, at least one, if not a cycle of more and more problems. You'll have developed clear solutions. You'll have precise and calculated way to solve these problems in a timely manner that works for many different people. You'll have proof of value because if you can get any one person through the transformation you're promising, you can do it for someone else. And my favorite part is there are so many opportunities along the way for you to start making money, even if it's small at first, at the bare minimum, enough money that you have covered your time and expenses in building these small solutions as you work towards a greater product. So, I want to hop in quick and show you a couple aspects of Teachable itself that make this process so much easier. But start dropping any questions you have in the comments while I'm going here. After I show off these Teachable thing or the aspects of the Teachable product that can make this so much easier, I want to answer any questions you have before we sign off today. But I just want to give you some tangible examples of what this actually looks like. So, within Teachable, if you go to that mini course and follow through, this is what you're going to end up with. This is my Teachable hosted homepage. That is where I host my academy, where I'm building my coaching and course products. And like I said, at very least, it showcases my business and my brand. It showcases who I am and what problems I'm trying to solve. It showcases my products, both existing and future. My Become Your Own Producer course is not available yet, but people can put in their email to get exclusive discounts down the road. And the lead capture form. So even if you don't have any products yet, you can promise that by signing up for the email list, you are going to get tips and tricks to make your content better. And even if you're not outputting that yet, you want to have a place where people can sign up for that. I'll also show that if you're still working on products like this course that I have that's in the middle of beta testing, I still have the opportunity for interested people, even though the course is not for sale, to sign up and get exclusive pre sale pricing when it does go live. Last thing I'll show as part of this is you're able to actually set up your downloadables and your lead magnets. You may need to use a CRM or an email service to do this, but within this ecosystem and home base, you can click to download a template that I made for Logic Pro, and you have to put your email in to get it. This is why I'm talking when I say a lead magnet. So it's a fantastic place to showcase your business, your products, and allow people to input their email so you can start growing your audience. The next thing I wanted to show you was the mini course. This is the sales page for the Spotlight mini course. And just to give you an idea of what this looks like, we wanted to just tackle the problem of this homepage. How do you build your homepage? And can you do it in 5 days? So we built a curriculum structured around doing that. You're going to create your first school. We'll walk you through the dashboard. That's day one. Day two, you add your bio and your headshot. You build the framework of your homepage. Day three, you lock down your brand colors, create a logo, brand your Teachable school. So input that information into Teachable. Day four, you customize your domain name to make it truly you. And day five, you publish and you're done. And then we include some additional resources there for you if you need more help. But you can see we tried to tackle a very tangible problem and create a simple solution that shouldn't take a customer too much time to get through. And we also built this in about a week. So it didn't take us forever to create a solution for it. And this is how beautiful a a mini course can look and be for anyone interested in signing up. The next thing I want to talk about is coaching, because coaching is one of the best ways to start. If you're not 100% sure what your coaching products or anything will look like, you can, or what your course products will look like, you can offer just coaching. So one on one opportunities for students to hire you to actually teach them one on one the solution you're trying to help them find and learn. And this is what that looks like within Teachable. You can outline exactly who you are. I'm a little silly here, but you can outline who you are and what the problem is you're trying to solve. You can start getting paid by providing various pricing options and coupons if you want, and then you can help address any concerns that student might have. So once again, coaching is a fantastic way to get started, because as you work with one individual student creating a solution for them, you are also going to be building curriculum you can turn either into mini courses or full courses down the road. The last thing I wanted to show you, just to hone in on the full scale, is if you're creating a mini course, this is my full course that I'm creating right now, the opportunity to upsell, even if the course is free, within the course is super easy with Teachable. So I can take any one of these lectures, and if I want to offer a paid product within it, you can just click add upsell, and you can choose either a different course, your coaching, or a bundle. So you can wrap your coaching and course products or multiple coaching products into a bundle. All of this makes it super easy to provide free value with a mini course. And this is one of the reasons why mini courses are just my favorite lead magnet. It's because you're giving a lot of value all at once. You're capturing an email while you do so. And you can build upsells into every aspect of the course. So even if the mini course is free, you're able to start making money from those upsells throughout it. So those are the few tools, just a couple of the tools that are available within Teachable to help you build this long road ecosystem where you're developing products as you go, where you're taking feedback to refine those products as you go, and along the route, as you solve all these individual little problems, you are ultimately building a full ecosystem of problems you've solved that can be turned into bigger products down the road. So I can't accentuate enough the problem I see out there when beginning creators get started trying to build courses or coaching products. They're just trying to tackle too big of a problem at once. So if you take away anything from today's event, I want you to focus on little problems you can solve that are easy for your audience to get through and are easy for you to provide. and solve those problems one by one, 6 months down the line, a year down the line, maybe even a month down the line, if you're really prolific about it, you'll realize that you're sitting on gold. You're sitting on a wealth of knowledge that provides a bigger transformation by solving these little problems one at a time. So, before we wrap up today, I want to address any comments or questions that you had throughout the event. So, also drop any more questions you have in the comments. I really wanted to try and not take up too much of your time today and just focus on this aspect of breaking your business into small, tangible chunks that you can repeat into multiple different forms so that you're doing many things at once, not wasting your time on just one product, one thing at a time, because that's not going to get you the full value you can throughout the process. So I see a couple questions and also just comments in here. Scott was saying my course is done, but I want to add some downloads and quizzes. That's super easy, Scott. If you haven't worked within the quiz builder in Teachable, it's really easy to add a quiz. I'll show that really quick. Excuse me. But right here within, if you go to any of your lectures, you can add a quiz. It's really easy to build a quiz and have those answers available. And yes, it does really, really help students solidify that knowledge. I also recommend, if you're building quizzes for your course, even if you have questions relative to an immediate lecture in one quiz, 2 or 3 lectures later, work in quiz questions from previous lectures. That will help students affirm whether they know something, and it'll also encourage them to go back and watch those previous lectures if they didn't capture something. So, just a little bit of advice if you're building those quizzes in. Just a couple more questions I'm going to answer here before we wrap up. But is it best to start with a mini course that addresses the problem? Yes, excuse me, I need a little water here quick. Yes, I'm a huge fan, if you haven't caught on by now, huge fan of mini courses. So I don't know if starting with a mini course is necessarily the best way to do it, but what I love about the process of developing a mini course is if you chew off a reasonable problem and create a reasonable solution that you can knock out in a week or two. Through the process of doing that, you're likely also going to end up with enough information to create free PDFs, with enough information to create emails you can use for your newsletter, with videos you can use for social media. So, a mini quiz is a fantastic project to focus on because you're also creating a bunch of other products in the process of creating that mini course. So I am a big, big fan of the mini course format. I think it is a great place to focus your attention because you're knocking off so many projects at once. And you're also creating a lead magnet that is super valuable to potential customers and allows you to upsell them on future or existing products throughout. So I think it's a great place to start. But just if you go out to do that, once again, make sure that you're choosing a problem and solution that you can accomplish in a couple weeks, create it in a couple weeks. And while you build it, make sure that you're building things in a way that you can reuse all the content in your mini quiz for other products or lead magnets throughout. That's the smart way to do it. And if you do it that way, you're going to really be creating something that's super valuable both for you and future customers. And this is a fantastic way to wrap up. Amy was also asking, where is the 5-day course? So before we wrap up today, I just want to say, please hop in the comments. Let me know if you have any further questions. And if you're watching the replay, hop in the comments as well. I do come back and read all those comments and try and answer everyone I can. And if you need more in depth help with any of these broad topics we covered today, first, please go to the Spotlight by Teachable YouTube or to the spotlightapp.io website and look at all our past events. For the past month and a half, we've been digging into a lot of actionable ways you can start building your online business, do it quicker, smarter, and with all of these tricks to reusing content so you're not focused on any one product at a time, but you're actually building multiple things at the same time. And that 5-day mini course is in the description of the YouTube video. It'll also be sent to you along with the replay if you RSVP'd for the event. So make sure to do so for future events if you want access to those things. But you can go to the description on YouTube and sign up for that free mini course right away. And if you don't have a Teachable account yet, there is also a link in the description to sign up for free. It is completely free to start a Teachable account, and it's not a trial period. It is a free account, and you can build a mini course totally within that free account and start capturing leads and build that homepage so you can knock off at least the first 4 parts of your business building process, all with that free account in Teachable. And if you want a little more expansive help, we also at Spotlight built a PDF called How to Sell an Online Course. That's going to go into depth on validating your ideas, how to market on social media, how to find your ideal and customers and get your first students. And it also links to a ton of past Spotlight events and the specific parts in those events where successful creators are talking about their tactics and methods for building a successful online business. So you can download that for free as well. It's a huge and super valuable resource for you. And if you enjoyed today's event, please like and subscribe to the Spotlight YouTube channel. We're continuing to try and bring you value with these events and answer any of the questions you have, solve the problems you have. So if you also have problems unrelated to this specific event, but problems building your online business, problems or issues you've been having within Teachable or outside of it, post them in the comments. We do use those to source and build future events. So just like I'm promoting for you to do, I want to know what problems you're having and what issues you have or what challenges you're facing. So we here at Spotlight can make sure to address them and help solve them for you. And last but not least, please take a look at tomorrow's event. Tomorrow, we are going to be sitting down and talking to Jay Klaus, who is a professional podcaster and course creator and community builder. And tomorrow, we're going to be focusing specifically on building a community for your students, a community that they can thrive in, teach each other, and grow with you in. So that's going to be a very valuable event that's happening at 2 p.m. Eastern time, and it's going to be a blast. You could go to the spotlightapp.io website to RSVP so you make sure that you get notifications and updates about that event. And once more, if you don't have a Teachable account yet, it's completely free to sign up. You can do so with the link in the description. All of the resources that I just mentioned are in the description. I hope you had a blast today. I always enjoy hanging out with you, learning more about your businesses and what you're creating. Please also feel free to post your websites or your businesses in the comments. You never know who might find it and what collaborators you might find within this community. But as always, it's a delight hanging out with you guys, trying to share some helpful information and actionable tools. Let me know if this helped you out, and I hope to see you soon. Have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you later, y'all.